STRC, the preferred equity issued by MicroStrategy that tries to peg at $100 share price, continues to be one of the more interesting things happening in Bitcoin right now. The reason I say this is happening within Bitcoin is this is a funding mechanism or a capital raising instrument for MicroStrategy to be able to buy Bitcoin with. So every time it trades above $100, potentially what brings it below 100 or keeps it there from going too high above $100 is Strategy themselves issuing new shares of STRC. Every time they are doing that, they are essentially acquiring $100 of fiat, which they then go and buy Bitcoin with. So I'm going to explore a couple interesting insights that I've come across, but mainly I'm going to show you guys this new calculator that I developed, which is available on my open source website, Pleb Tools, and on GitHub and all of that. And it is really pitting STRC against Bitcoin. This is the idea that Strategy has, right? They're going to issue Strategy and buy Bitcoin. And a lot of people have said, myself included, just sort of in passing, oh, well, all Bitcoin has to do is out appreciate the cost of capital of STRC, which is paying 11.5%. Now, on the face of that, you might think, well, Bitcoin needs to have an annual growth rate of 11.5%, but that's actually not true. It is the difference between linear and exponential. Bitcoin grows exponentially, and of course there's diminishing returns, which we actually have, or potentially there's diminishing returns, right? It's all sort of perspective into the future. We actually have a metric here to adjust for that. But just for sake of simplicity, I'll explain what I mean by STRC only growing linearly, where Bitcoin can grow exponentially comparatively. And we're going to get into much more than that. My name is Forrest Total. I'm a Bitcoin educator. I do one-on-one coaching for anybody that wants to secure their Bitcoin correctly, make sure they don't make any mistakes that could cost them Bitcoin in the long run. And I help you set up a multi-sig, run a node, Bitcoin miner, whatever you need help with, you can reach out to me in the link in the description. My website is pathtobitcoin.xyz, and I also run an online school community, and there's a 7-day free trial to try that out. Before we check out my calculator and a couple interesting pieces there, I just want to show you this website. This is strc.live. This shows you how much Bitcoin is potentially being bought by Strategy based on their sort of averages over their reports every week and the volume above $100. So today it's only 212. Yesterday it was 3,000. So there's a lot of Bitcoin being bought here. And they weren't alone in buying Bitcoin. SEDA, which is another preferred equity built the same way, where they try to peg it to the $100 by raising the dividend amount, and the market naturally drives it there, and they issue shares to lower it to that $100 if it tries to go above it. Was at $100 as well. It's gone down to 97. It's much newer. It has a lot less capital, a lot less volume. Here, for instance, you can see, I believe this would be measured today. So 182,000 shares traded, whereas 1.57 million shares traded of STRC. So a lot more volume with STRC, and it is at that $100 share price. So they are ATMing it. And 19% of the volume in estimation here is them issuing new shares of STRC. And it costs them 11.5% annually in dividend payments out to the shareholders of all those new shares. But as you can see here, they're raising that money, using that money, and buying Bitcoin. And they're essentially betting that the Bitcoin will out appreciate the cost of capital.